first of all, how is your client doing?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. As you are aware, he was granted a self-recognizance bill yesterday by the Accra Circuit Court, and this morning he's alive and kicking.
Okay, all right. And then how about we know after the court ruling yesterday, going forward, what are the kind of conversations you're having with your client with regards to the case and perhaps how he could handle himself publicly when it comes to issues like that?
As you are aware, the charges that have been leveled against him, he denied the charges and he's pleaded not guilty to it. So as it stands now, he's guilty until he's innocent until he's proven guilty in accordance with law. Now, aside that, going forward, of course, we have advised them to measure his utterances. You know, in this modern dispensation, when we have a new IGP down, you would have to make sure that your attitude, your utterances, the way you carry yourself about is in line with the laws of the country. Gone are the days where people felt that things could be taken for granted, and for that matter, they could do just whatever they felt like. But then we've given him wise counsel. We've told him to comport himself. Once the matter is in court, we've advised him not to grant any interviews and be speaking to the matter. We should allow the full rigors of the law to be tested. And if indeed it comes out that what the prosecution has leveled against him would not be proven beyond reasonable doubt, of course, he will walk.
Okay. What would you say about this case? Is this an easy case for you as you consider? Is it going to be a tough one? What do you see this case as so far with what's happened in court and all of that? Does this come to you as a tough case?
Oh, it's not within my ethical values to be discussing whether a case I'm handling is easy or tough. We handle cases as and when we are presented with evidence, and based on the information and evidence that we gather, we advise our clients. As it stands now, we don't have any documents or we don't have any piece of evidence that the prosecution would want to rely on. There would come a stage where the court would order for whatever documents or whatever piece of evidence the prosecution wants to rely on, they would have to serve on us. When that is done, we'll be able to be reliably informed as to how the case would go. But as it stands now, once we pleaded not guilty to the charges that have been leveled against our client, of course, the onus or the responsibility is on the prosecution to prove beyond reasonable doubt, not just any possible doubt, but then beyond reasonable doubt that indeed the allegations against our client are what they are, or they are what he is accused of committing. So I can't really tell you that it's an easy case or it's an open and shut case or it's a difficult case. As it stands now, I can only tell you that we have denied all the allegations and we have put the burden at the doorstep of the prosecution. So it's up to them to carry out their mandate as is required by law for them to do as they are supposed to.
All right, just a quick one. Can you help me with some understanding? Why is it that, for instance, some of your clients, you're representing more than one person, I believe?
Yes, they're all the accused persons. They are,
okay, all right. So
together with Shatta Wale, they are 4 in number.
All right. So is there a reason some of them, apart from Shatta Wale, were not given self-recognizance bill? Can you help us understand why that was the case?
Okay. Well, it all boils down to the discretion of the judge and how the judge feels if he grants a bill or bill conditions, it would be easily followed or it would be easily carried out. Now, you and I know that Shatta Wale is not any mean person in society. So Shatta Wale in itself is an industry. If you were in court yesterday, we were able to impress upon the judge that Shatta Wale is a well-known musician in Ghana. He represents the Dancehall Ghana. We told the court that he also represents a movement, which is a Shatta movement. Shatta movement in itself is more or less like a religion. So the court was convinced in that light to grant Shatta Wale a self-recognizance bill because there is no way Shatta Wale would be able to leave the shores of this country without being recognized. He is someone who is well known. Moreover, the offense for which he's been charged is a misdemeanor. If we classify or term an offense as a misdemeanor, it means in our laws it's the least of offenses that could be committed. So it's not a serious offense, so to speak. So in the wisdom of the judge, he felt that if he grants Shatta Wale, who is well known out of the other accused persons, if he grants him a self-recognizance bill, at least he's convinced that with the representation that he was made in court, he would come to court at any given time to defend himself. Now, with the other people, with the other accomplices, they had other sureties or they had other conditions attached to their bill. So the difference basically is the personality involved. If the judge is convinced that the person who stands accused in front of him is not a flight risk, is not someone who would escape or jump bail, the court in its wisdom will just grant the person a self-recognizance. In that instance, the person himself stands as surety for himself. And I think that is what the judge considered, because he saw that Shatta Wale is not someone who would leave Ghana without being recognized. So with the other guys, he gave them the other consideration that as compared to Shatta Wale is more popular than them. So with them, they would need some sureties to stand in their stead and promise that they would present them to court each time they are needed. So that is basically the difference. It has to do with the personality involved.